What is up, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook? Very excited here for Real Q&A, Real Estate Answers Live. Another episode, another edition. I think we're on EP9. I didn't realize I've done 9 episodes of this, but really just the point of the show to answer your questions, whether you're a buyer or whether you're a seller or a real estate agent and you have a career in real estate, answer your questions. So my videographer convinced me to go to McAllister's. I haven't been there forever. She said their macaroni and cheese is awesome. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like my homemade macaroni and cheese. I'm just joking. That's pretty good. Cool. So you're probably getting ready to head to your lunch break or do whatever. I'm sorry, there's like a little. Go do whatever. And I like to do the show kind of around lunchtime. Give you something to watch while you're eating. And maybe you are in the process or have before bought or sold real estate. Or you've worked with a real estate agent, or you are a realtor, or you're thinking about starting a career in real estate. I hope this show provides some valuable content for you, gives you some context, some content, answers some questions that you may have or may have had throughout the process of real estate. So the first question actually came, I give a little plug here to from Taylor at Rivertown Home Inspections, a local home inspection company here in Myrtle Beach area. So she was talking about that she wanted me to kind of talk through the pros and cons of having a home inspection, whether you're a seller, whether you're a buyer, which is kind of interesting. So a lot of times, just out of common practice, maybe a little bit more in the past few years, but sometimes I'll recommend that a seller go ahead and do a home inspection, or I've had the question from a seller, hey, should I get a home inspection beforehand? Now, a lot of buyers aren't going to trust, I guess, the home inspection if you have one on file or that you did one when you first listed the property. They may look over it, may review it, and it might put some ease to bed. But what it really does for a seller, if you do have a home inspection on the front end, is it gives you an idea, one, that when a buyer comes through, most buyers are going to have a home inspection. Go ahead and get the stuff done that you can get done. And that way you find out, you kind of discover, and you can disclose anything that maybe might be a minor defect or something like that you really don't want to fix, or something major like roof or plumbing issue that you're going to have to fix to make sure that the home sells. So if you get a home inspection on the front end of a listing, it could just help you get the property ready and as pristine and as ready to sell as possible. So it's not a bad idea, ranging it really based on square footage or number of bedrooms as far as the property goes for the cost of a home inspection. And I've seen them range all the way from $300, $400, $500, could be more. But in that range there, from like $250 to $500 is probably more of a common range, at least in our area, for the cost of a home inspection. But it'll give you a way to go ahead and get your property ready so you don't have those surprises come up during a home inspection that you maybe as a seller weren't aware of, and that you can go ahead and fix and put into the home. From the buyer side, we talked about this, I think, a couple episodes ago. So I always recommend a home inspection no matter what. Even new construction, I would recommend a home inspection. You can get those there. There are some cases where, if it's a foreclosure property or bank owned, that that the bank's not going to fix it, you're not using it as a negotiation tool, but you just know what you're getting yourself into when you have a home inspection done that way on an as is property or distressed property as well. So I always recommend it definitely on the buyer side, so that you are aware of what you're buying, and you have a thorough way to either make sure the seller is correcting anything that they have to correct in the process, or you're just aware of some minor things that you're going to have to address when you close as well. So home inspections, very important. Make sure you have a qualified home inspector do it, and that you can trust them, and make sure that whether you're a buyer or seller, it might be a good idea, or it definitely is a good idea to have it done. You'll be more in the know, and it will help your property sell and get it closed. So moving on to my realtor question. So I get this one probably more than anything else about realtors starting a career in real estate. So if you're already a realtor, you might have been through this. And what's interesting is the shift in like the last 10 to 15 years of what's happened. So the cost of getting into real estate, I get that one a lot. Like, how much do I need to get into real estate? And of course, you can go look at research classes, license fees, and getting set up with your local board or association for realtors. So you're probably looking at somewhere in like the $1,000 to $1,500 range of just getting set up and ready to get licensed to do real estate, to have your classes, to get set up with the board, all that, and be good to go, somewhere in that range. But then in the past, they've always said, powers that be say, when you get into real estate, when you like statistically look at it, that you should have like anywhere from like $8,000 to $10,000 saved for your first year, maybe more, just depending on what you're living. But to get started into real estate before you have your first sale, before you start rolling, I think, from a marketing side, that's like 10,000 to invest into your business and to kind of have on hand to grow your business on hand. That's not even counting kind of like living expenses or having some in the bank. Most statistics from NAR will say, you need that first 12 to 24 months of business building. So you need to be prepared that, it might be a rough start 3 to 4 months out, getting 12 months in, how much money are you actually going to need saved to live on, plus invest into your business. The good news is last 10 years is that cost of investing into your business has gone down. There's so much you can do marketing wise, networking wise. There's so much There's so much internet, social media marketing, relationship building, tools and tech that are low cost, low barrier of entry that you can do to grow your business now and quickly that doesn't cost you a dime. As long as you got the work ethic and you're consistent, there's so much you can do now to build a marketing strategy around a no-cost way of doing it. Now, of course, you start pumping in cash into it, it's only going to grow exponentially, but there's so much more you can do now that you couldn't do 30 years ago, 20 years ago, even 10, 15 years ago, that you can do now to grow your real estate business when you first get into a career in real estate. So that cost barrier of getting into real estate has come down a little bit. More competition though, so you got to work harder than the next. So the biggest X factor is not how much money that you need the first year of real estate, but how hard are you willing to work? That is the X factor for getting and starting a career in real estate. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Real Q&A. I'm going to go eat my McAllister's lunch because I haven't had McAllister's in a long time. So join us next week. And if you have any questions, please submit them. DM me, tweet me, Facebook message, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, comment on this, and I would love to answer your buyer, sellers, or realtor career questions. Thanks. Have an awesome day. Yes. Don't do that. So, just out of curiosity, why do you look over here like every 5 seconds? Are you like listening to me? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I feel like something's like wrong or falling, or like you're like questioning like something like on the thing, and it freaks me out.
Having lunch?
Like a live studio audience, I assume. And then I feel bad because I'm not like looking up if you are like listening. What is that? That's
I would feel so weird if I sat here, head down in my